Okay, so a little update on the Zoe. Just on the bodywork side, I've ordered a couple more trim bits just for the bumper, little panels and things. Noticed this wing's actually cracked, so I just need to, I just need a little repair. I think this bolt's not actually done up properly, but so I need to have a look at that. But chances are we can just sort of strengthen that. Yeah, on the bumper as well. So this is the one that's missing, so I have to order that one. And also this, so on the other side, this fog light, so this one, the connectors are ripped out the back, but it's just like two spade connectors, so that's fine. This is not too pretty, so that's all movable. This is not even clipped in. This is so bad. Anyway, so I'll put some plastic body clips in here, so that's fine. Or maybe rivet it because it's got rivets in, but we'll see. Anyway, that'll get repaired. This is all cracked. I'm not leaving that like that. They obviously cable tied it, but they couldn't cable tie it here. So I'm going to fiberglass that on those two pieces. So just to give you a little flavour of what that might look like, because we did another bumper over the weekend, just as a sort of favour for someone. So this had a crack all the way along here and around this mounting point. This is from a rather larger vehicle, but yeah, basically just got some fiberglass behind it. Actually super good at first, just to hold it in place, and then built up some layers of fiberglass with the resin and the matting. So basically I'm going to do that on the back of the Zoe bumper just to make sure that is all nice and solid. So more interestingly, on the sort of mechanical side, we have a PEC, this is called. So if we look on this Zoe, so we've got a motor and a reduction gearbox, and then we've got this box that wraps around the side. So if you look at like that connector, that's that one there, and then we've got the three connectors there, and then that's those three there. So yeah, so this is the whole control box that goes under the bonnet. So this includes the charger, onboard charger. It includes the DC-DC converter, which charges to a 12-volt battery, the motor controller, and various sort of capacitors and inductors and bits and bobs. So this is from an R135, so the same model of car, slightly newer one. Yeah, so that is going to get fitted on this car. This is VIN locked, so there's one circuit board which I have to take out of the existing one and swap over. But other than that, I think I'm going to put this whole unit on because there's fault codes for two different parts inside here. So yeah, that's the plan. We do need to do some tests on the motor to see if that's good. But yeah, that's quite cool. So I'm glad we've got that. That's ready to go. Yeah, various bits of trim are kind of arriving, but I'm not too worried about that at the minute, because the next job on this car is to get the wheels to turn, get rid of the fault codes. A little bit of fun and games on the diagnostics side. So this car, being a lot newer, some of my diagnostic tools won't talk to some of the ECUs. So it'd be handy if I could get at least one of those updated to make things a little bit easier. The other thing is this car has a secure gateway. So it's a bit of a feature on newer cars. Basically, you can do basic diagnostics on the car, but if you want to do certain functions, so get the car to do something, to run a test or to actuate something, or to sort of do an active function, that's all behind a secure gateway. So your diagnostic tool has to be online and receive an authorization to provide that to the car to unlock that feature. And if you're cynical, you would say manufacturers do that to make them harder to repair. But for whatever reason, it's on there. I don't think it's going to cause too much of an issue, but may just hold things up a little bit. But if you have to get different equipment, you might need to borrow something or whatever. We shouldn't need to do too much in terms of functions, because there's going to be no programming required because of the way we're sort of doing the replacement in terms of retaining the circuit boards which have the VIN, so that the car thinks the components are still the same, whereas we've replaced them. And you only have a problem with that if you're really unlucky and the issue is with the board that holds the VIN, if you see what I mean. So you can have like a control issue where the board that actually controls that component and holds the VIN has failed. But in this case, it really looks like power electronics failure, so on the sort of big power parts, and hopefully you swap the control board and it comes to life. So yeah, so I thought that might be kind of interesting. So yeah, that's that big chunky one. You can see all those sort of plugs, so that's the output from the DC-DC converter, and these plugs and things, if we look under here, yeah, you see that down there. So that's what we've got. That's one we were checking in a previous video. So yeah, it's kind of looking all good really. So you can see there, that's on the motor, dated 2020. This one, I'm advised, is from a 2022, so it's certainly ZE50, and it's the right variant. I can tell by looking at the connectors, because the connectors are different. So yeah, so that's a little update, and yeah, we will crack on, and I will keep you updated. All right, cool.